Yago Dora, world champion, taking on a really informed G.Pittar, who's already taken on a former event winner here and got a victory. Richie Lovett.
To regather himself, and this is live action of Yago, so we'll get back to that.
Yago really has given us some great moments already this season, looking to get this quarter-final campaign off to a healthy start with a solid score, loading up on the inside. You could see he was begging for the ramp. My mind still being put back together after the big
You can see here like how more calm he is in the wave, and he's trying to pick the right spot to do turns. Unfortunately, this wave wasn't good enough, and he was definitely looking for the air, you know, because he knew the start wasn't that good, so not much there. But
and then George on the right. Miggy, take us through this one.
Yeah, it was a really nice first turn. You know, you can see the full like torque of the body and a nice cut back here. He was definitely looking for a big finish, but he kind of squeezed this turn right here, which was really good. You know, you can see the thread throwing the tail and stuff, and he was like hoping for a better finish, but he got it done. You know, a little turn right there. And
got a heat on our hands now. Let's have a look at the replay here. Yago on the rear left-hander, just going right high, just drifting over that first section. Comes around, patiently waits for the second connect, and a beautifully timed hit on the third one as well. So three really strong turns, all stitched together with so much flow, but the commitment to this first turn, really tricky section. You can see he keeps that flow and energy going down the line. Geez, he did well to get that board engaged back on the wave face, pumping down the line here. Beautiful technique as he just flares the tail on that second turn, so adds a bit of spice to the second hit. And still, Ronnie, a lot of bump on that wave, but manages to heat.
I think he's more dangerous now. I think here he comes, Yago.
Okay, so trying to get rid of that three to extend his lead. Clean swoop off the top, and really just looking to identify a wave that's going to give him some opportunities here to apply some pressure to G.Pittar, who's got that 5.5. I think it'll improve on the three, but probably not by much. So George is still in this heat. I'll see this replay first, and then we'll get back to the conversation about the improvements in George's surfing. Not a lot in this ride, Rich, but tactically a smart wave to take.
No, that second turn, I loved just how patient he was to connect with the lip.
But G.Pittar certainly still within reach. And on the outside, we have a rider up. It is George. Bumpy face to deal with, but he's been smoothing out the lines pretty well. A cut down to get started. Does well with a high impact turn to finish this wave off. Definitely looks like he's added some power to his surfing, Rich, but like you said, everything looks a lot more connected and in sync without losing any of that full body torque action off the top.
You can see that power is still there. So let's have a look here. As you said, really tricky section to come around here. Watch the board just chattering everywhere. He maintains control, and this final turn, that had some spice to it. And lucky that he really clips this at the perfect moment. Watch him just sort of push the tail through right here. Very turbulent water under the board. So credit to him for maintaining control through that turn.
Miggy, real shame that he didn't get that big first.
Maybe have a look at something on the inside.
Oh, and this is the danger. Can still turn in a big number with a single turn. This wave flattening out, but he stands on the tail, sizes up a rotation down the line, but doesn't quite get it. What happened there, Kaipo? You were watching from the water.
You could call it's been a pretty scrappy heat. There weren't too many highlights, but just have a look. Here we go. I think George will get another shot at it.
So here he goes before the hooter. George is up, smashes the first section, drives out onto the open face, another cutting turn into the pocket, and gets the finish here on the inside, pumps the finger. And Yago now may be ruining that flip of priority. Yago's only chasing a 4.17 to improve his heat score total. Miggy, take us through this wave. Clutch performance.
Huge first turn, crazy second turn, and he got the finish, which was amazing, you know, just to throw the tail there when there was all this water moving. It was like he got it, and Yago on the left.
Wow, big, beautiful, drawn-out bottom turn there, Rich.
Yeah, and then comes up to this section and pounds it. Just detonates and holds it. So
keep in mind that Yago's only chasing a 4.17 to improve his heat score total. Miggy, take us through this wave. Clutch performance.
Huge first turn, crazy second turn, and he got the finish, which was amazing, you know, just to throw the tail there when it was all this water moving. He definitely feels like he got it, and Yago on the left.
Wow, big, beautiful, drawn-out bottom turn there, Rich.
Yeah, and then comes up to this section and pounds it. Just detonates and holds it. So some drama here. The judges with a lot of work to do. Keep in mind that 4.17 is what Yago needs to replace. Even if he betters that by a point, it takes that requirement almost up to a 7 for George. So that starts to change things, and the judges are going to take their time looking at these replays.
What a way to finish. I mean, on paper, we've had some incredible matchups during this event. There has been tricky conditions at different stages, and we've sort of been robbed of those highlight moments, but not here in the quarterfinals with Yago Dora, also clutch on the left, hanging on for a really tricky finish. But George, he put together 3 solid turns with a whole lot of speed. I'm sure they're going to be watching some replays here. They'll check out Yago's 7-point ride, see where that lines up with George's wave. But you've got to be impressed by what you've seen from the return of G.Pittar as a CT campaigner. Last year, it felt like he'd wither in these moments, coming up against big names. This year, it feels like he's rising to the challenge and ready to put his surfing on the line.
Yeah, he definitely feels way more confident now. I think we're going to spend 10 minutes on those scores now, but here it is, 7.57.
7.57. We had the feeling here in the booth that was going to be the best number of the heat. So George jumps up into the lead. Now Yago from his ride, he needs a 6.08 from the left. What are your thoughts, Miguel?
It's hard to say, you know, we can see from here how big the wave was, but it was definitely a good finishing turn. I feel it's better than a 4.17. I don't know I'm not really sure if it's going to go up to the 6s.
That's it. A little different to his 7-point ride, that one for Yago. It didn't stand up as much on the first section. He went to a carve, really smooth turn. Got more of a high impact finish though.
Yeah, I'm almost thinking back to George's 5.5 at the start of the ride where he got those 2 turns and got the finish. So almost comparable to that wave in some aspects.
They're breaking it down on the stairs. Let's have another look at it.
Oh, beautiful slice to start off. Section looms and Yago just really commits to it. So gets the little layback hit, gets the clean finish. So he's ticked. There's not much more he could have done with the wave.
He needed a 6.08. The number comes through as a 6. It was so close.
Wow.
An unbelievable finish to a really close heat. I think, you know, if Yago had really smashed and completed that final turn without that recovery time, Miggy, there's every chance that he gets the number that he needs.
Maybe the air, he has those tricks. He could have gone for it, yeah.
Unbelievable clash, and Miggy, the perfect person to have in here to call it. A great breakdown of both competitors. We appreciate your time in here in the booth, and congrats once again on the massive victory down there at Bells. And all the best for your brother, who still has a chance to take your spot at the top of the ratings.
Guys, I kid you not, George is shaking. What a crazy end to that heat. Just so much adrenaline running through you right now, but you just beat the world champion, George.
Yeah, feels good, honestly. I was so out of it for like 34 minutes and 45 seconds. I don't know, I was like just having the worst heat. I felt like I was so lost out there. And then, I don't know, I was like just waiting, just looking for a little bit of clean water, and then that little lump came, and luckily it just sort of threw on my first turn. So I don't know, I couldn't believe he went left on it. I was like claiming it. I got to stop claiming, but I was like claiming it, and I came in, I was like, yeah, for sure. And then I seen he got that left, and I was like, oh no, I'm done, because he had that 7, but luckily got through.
It's not very often in championship tour heats, if you make a mistake with priority, that you can bounce back from it. We've seen it, you know, hurt so many people's results along the way, but to clean it up the way you did, I mean, it was just, felt like such fast reaction decisions for you out there.
Yeah, I had a shocker. I had prior for like 20 minutes, and I was like, I need to like lock in a pretty decent score for my next wave, because I had the 5, but he had the 7, and I was like, I'm up against the world champ, like I can't really make a mistake. And yeah, I made a mistake and gave him prior, and I was like, oh, that's me. And then I don't know, at the very end there, he paddled for one and gave me pride back, and it gave me just a glimmer of hope. But I'm just lucky that wave came, honestly. Like, it's a pretty tricky ocean out there right now.
Last time you were in the semi-finals here, you're a wild card in this event. This time it's your second year on tour. John actually dropped a 10 on you in that semi-final. This time coming up against either Ethan or Italo, who, Ethan, you beat just a couple of weeks ago. This has got to, you know, feel a lot of confidence going into the semi-finals for you.
Yeah, I don't know about like confidence against those guys, but because they're so unbelievable. But I guess I'm just trying to do my own thing, like trust that what I've got to offer is going to be enough, and just keep rolling with that. Because I don't know, I can't be like those guys, but we'll see how we go.
We love it, George. We'll let you go cool down after that last-minute buzzer beater, but well done and good luck in the semi-finals.
Thanks, Jess. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.